Welcome to my Disc Golf 2025 in the bag. Was that epic? Was that cool? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a very exciting video. It's one of the best videos I ever make on my channel. I've made only one, but it was super fun to do. If you want to go check out my last in the bag, I will put that in the description or right here somewhere. But today we have a very awaited video that I think the people have been waiting for. My new disc golf in the bag. Now, I haven't really been posting over the past while, and I'm very sorry about that. So I've been throwing the most random discs, really trying to figure out my bag over the past few months. And I think I'm at the point where I'm finally dialed. I think I have almost everything set up, I hope. There's one very big difference here, and that is the bag this year. We switched to a smaller bag. I had the AX5 before. This is the BX3. I had the AX5 before, and it was honestly so much weight. I carried that thing for, I think, almost 2 years. And it was so heavy and so really unnecessary. It holds a lot of discs, but too many. So we switched to the BX3. Very small, but also not too small. I can still carry a lot of discs that I could before. And it actually limits me, so I don't have to carry too many. I think one of the things that really screwed me in the past is I carry too many discs. So this is really helping me just select the discs that I need specifically and don't need anything else. And I'm really having a lot of fun with this. And it's just a great bag, always durable. I love grip, especially with my last bag. That bag lasted forever, but it started to break. So I kind of needed something new. So we got the Grip BX3 in black. Looks incredible. Got some patches here from Big Arm and from my brother. Appreciate you. So there is going to be a lot of major differences this year compared to my last year's in the bag. Like, so many differences. It's actually crazy to go back and watch that video compared to what it is now. I'm definitely much more simple now and less complicated. I think I did way too much in the year before. So that's what this bag helps with. It's a lot smaller. I can kind of narrow down everything. So let's start with the putters. What am I putting with and throwing for throwing putters? We got the Luna. The Luna is back. Now, over the past few months that I haven't really been filming YouTube videos, I was putting with JK AVR X's. I think that's what they were. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, why am I confused? It was just such a complicated name. But they were pretty much like a Focus from Innova. It had like a little bead. It was almost the exact same disc. I wanted something like, I kept going between the Luna and Focus AVR X type of thing. And what I learned with the Luna is that it's just such a dead straight putter. These actually have some stability, a little bit of fade, but I'm just able to put it straight out of my hand and it goes into the basket, like so confidently. I can just put it up dead straight, it gets there. With the AVR X's, I felt like I had some problems, I don't know, with just the bead, and they were a little stable where I tried to auto-correct for each putt. So I just really wanted to be simple, and I've putted with Lunas for a long time. This is not the only time I've putted with these. So we're here with Jawbreaker Lunas, 2 of them. These are in black, which in this Arizona sun is probably a terrible idea. But they also feel really good in the sun because they melt almost into like a soft Luna plastic. But yeah, we got 2 Jawbreaker Lunas. Next up, we got the throwing putters. What am I throwing? Just for some easy up shots. We have some really fun ones. I'm actually super excited to show you guys these. We got Big Z Luna. If you saw over the past, I think for a while, I was throwing a Big Z AB Macbeth collab Luna. And it was super cool, but it was so board flat. And it was pretty understable for a Luna. So I got this Big Z Luna. And it actually has quite a bit of stability. It's a very touchy disc, and I love this Big Z plastic. It actually feels really good. And next up, we have such an underrated disc that they don't make anymore, but is so good. I don't know why I'm incredible with it. The MVP Particle. Now, this is pretty much like a soft Envy. I don't know MVP really at all. I don't know their discs or plastic or anything, but I have a soft Envy too, and it pretty much feels like this. So this is just a particle. Wait. Is the Envy? I'm not familiar with Envy, Axiom, any sort of brand with gyro. So this is the last one I have, and I will never find one again. But for some reason, I am so accurate with it. It just gives me like a really, really stable Luna, but not. It's like almost a zone. Like I can commit with the zone lines that I normally throw. Speaking of zone, it's just a really stable Luna, but not too stable, where I can still get a really good flight and it just has a really good fade that I can commit to. And this plastic is so nice. It's just very gummy, feels very confident in my hand. Next up, we got the disc I was just talking about, and the disc you were probably expecting, the Discraft Zone. Now this zone, kind of weird for me. It's not super great. I'm kind of just going between different zones. I'm still kind of looking for that really good zone, but this one has been doing pretty good. It's very stable for some zones, which is kind of what you want. But this is a AB, I think, Midnight Z zone. It is very beautiful, looks really good. All right, next up, we got the mid-ranges in my bag. What am I throwing on the mids? This is a very fun one for me. I think, cooked up one of the best mid sections I have ever had. Like, I remember I used to really never throw mids too often. I never really needed to rely on them. But these mids that I have right here, incredible. I don't know what I did, but I found some really good mids, and they've helped me so much over the past few months. First up, I guess we can just go right here. We got the Swarm. Now this is a Crystal Swarm. There's a lot of AB stuff. We just support them around here, okay? You're gonna see that theme in this bag. But very stable, but not too stable. It's a very comfortable stable. It's really a little more than a zone for me. It's a really good backhand zone. The zone is very weird for me on backhands, but the Swarm feels really good. So yeah, it's a very good zone complement. If you know this disc, you know it. Really nice. Don't really need to talk about it too much. And then next we have the Buzz. Now the Buzz has been very interesting because I actually had a Buzz literally yesterday that was in my bag, and then I played at this course here, Vista del Camino, and threw it in the water. So this is my spare replacement. This is I think a Z Swirl Memorial Buzz. This is a really good Buzz. It's just your typical straight with some stability. This one should be pretty stable, so once I beat it in, it'll be a really nice straight committable mid. We got two Buzz SS's here. Now this is a very fun section. These two discs have been my arrows. This is a Z Swirl Buzz SS, and is a little bit more stable than this one. This one's a little lighter of a weight. I got that on purpose because I wanted it to be like a Meteor type of disc where it was flippy. The Meteor was pretty uncomfortable for me, so I really wanted something that was comfortable but had kind of a flight like a Meteor, but I could commit on more and has more stability. Kind of confusing, but this is a 168, 169 Buzz SS, which really isn't that much of a difference compared to a heavyweight, but for this one, it makes it feel super dead straight as an arrow. I've been throwing this disc so much over the past few months. I just put it straight, it goes straight. Maybe with some understability, it depends how much power I put on it. And it's just been so much fun to throw. I can shape any line with this disc. It's pretty much what I want a Buzz to be, but the Buzz isn't quite there unless I super heavily beat in a Buzz. Incredible disc, Buzz SS, dead straight. I think you should have a disc like this in your bag. It's pretty much a perfect mid-range. All right, that was the mid-ranges. Now let's go to the fairways. Now I have a lot of fairways. I mean, that's a big stack. Some of these are pretty much the same mold, just they do a little bit different. Yeah, a lot of fairways this year, but really 3 of them here are Raptors. Now we got some really fun little combos here. We have a Captain's Raptor from this new year of the Captain's Wrap. It's the Z Swirl. It's a throwback to the 2020 Tour Series. Looks very beautiful. I love how this plastic came out. And then next I have a very beaten. If you've been watching the channel, you know this disc has been on this channel quite a bit, and it's a very OG disc. I hope I never lose it. This was a very stable Raptor when I got it new. It's a Z Raptor, but it's very seasoned in now, so it's still got that stability that it had, but a little bit more give, and I can get a really clean flight out of it, but it still has that stability to help me. So this is like a in-between. It's a little less stable than that Cap Wrap. Gets the job done. And then this is a Ricky Wysocki Raptor. Now you would think this would be like the pink one. No, this one is very flippy. Actually, the stamp is coming off. Well, that's weird. I had barely even thrown this. Oh, it's coming off on my finger. Whoa, this is like an Innova thing. The stamp is just coming off. Well, that sucks. This is a sick stamp. But this is a very flippy Raptor. It's almost like dead straight. It's not even really a Raptor. It still has a little bit of fade that it has, but I can flip this Raptor up and get it to go dead straight, flip, turn, and then has that fade. The T-Bird 3 and Sagara. This is the new Sagara that just came out, and I'm honestly a little disappointed with this thing. this is very stable for a Sagara. This is like this Z plastic. I don't know if it's the one I got. I'm pretty sure it is because I was feeling this one and it felt pretty stable. I didn't think it would be really that stable, but this is almost too stable from what I was needing. But at the same time, it complements this disc here, the T-Bird 3. This is my bread and butter, my dead straight. You've seen this on the channel. This is probably the best disc in my bag. I can just put it dead straight, hold some anhyders, hold some like really nice hyzer finishes. Like, this is a really good disc. It's the perfect fairway of all time. This is supposed to be the T-Bird 3 from Discraft. Like, this is what was made to really be like this disc. But this one has some stability. I'm hoping when I beat it in, it turns more into this, because I can't really find these anywhere, and if I lose this, I probably won't ever get another one. I actually have another one, but I really don't want to lose either one of them. So yeah, T-Bird 3 Sagara, super nice. This one has some stability. This one is pretty much dead straight, so it's a pretty good complement to each other. And then next up we have the Onyx. Now this is a really fun spot for me because this Onyx, super flippy. This is really not an Onyx. It's a further T-Bird 3 for me. It's a 10-speed. And I can really throw this almost like some of my high-speed drivers that I have here coming up. But it gets like really good distance, but it has the flight of my T-Bird 3s. Like, if I need something a little more than the T-Bird 3, that's when I go to this Onyx. Super flippy, but also pretty much dead straight. Really nice Onyx, stable, gets the job done. And it looks sick when it flies. This tie-dye, ooh, incredible. All right, next up, we got the last part of my bag. This is the drivers. Now, this is a very fun area of my bag because I kind of kept it pretty simple. There's not much here. I'm actually missing one slot in my bag, and that's like the high-speed flip-up, like a really controllable flip-up driver. Now, some of these I could probably get to flip up a little bit, but they're not going to really hold some understable lines. So that's one slot I'm missing, but I'm definitely going to work on that. Let's talk about two Zeus's. Now the Zeus, it was a very love-hate relationship with me, but I've been able to really love this disc recently. But these two Zeus's have stood out compared to every other destroyer I've had. I've also lost pretty much every destroyer I've had. These are flippy-ish. They're like stable to flippy where I can really bomb on them. And especially this Zeus. This one is pretty flippy for a Zeus. I can get it to flip out. This is like my forehand Zeus. I really like how it feels for my forehand, so I can have some really good forehands with this and get some really good backhand max flip up where it flips, but it doesn't fully ride out. It just has that stability still at the end because it's a Zeus. And then this one, I actually dyed with my brother when he was here in Arizona. It just looks sick, and it has some more stability with that, but it is pretty flat, which is kind of annoying. I like some domey Zeus's, but it still gets a really good flight. It's a stable comparison to that one, so fits my bag really nice. And then my stable disc here, we have titanium nuke. Now this feels so good in the sun when it heats up, and even in the cold, this titanium plastic, really nice. This is the first time I've actually thrown this new titanium, and it feels really good. I love it. This has a little dome, a little bit. I really wanted to find some domey nukes, but this one is just a little domey and gives me a really good stable comparison to the Zeus. I'm able to get some really far max distance shots with this, and it's a good complement to the Force. Now this is it's just a stable dump. If I want to put up a hyzer that gets up and just dumps towards the ground and also gets a lot of distance, the Force goes very far. The color is a little interesting, but it's cool. It's a great flyer, and I've done a lot of incredible things with it. And then we have a ESP Nuke OS. Now this is a 170, 172, so it's a little lighter, but I did ghost stamp it. It was like a black Discraft stamp before, and it looks sick. This is, I think, one of the most important discs in my bag, and maybe in yours. Just something that's super stable, but not too stable, where I can get some really good spikes, and it fights the wind really well. And this really nice, like, gray swirl looks incredible. This has been one of the discs I've had over the years. I think I've lost like 3, and it's just always a disc I really need in my bag. I can do some incredible superhero shots with this. If I'm in a tough situation, just need to full send a hyzer, full send a huge anhyzer flex. It just does really anything, and some really good skip shots. So Nuke OS, really good disc. that is my whole bag. I can kind of walk you through a little bit about the bag. Nothing too crazy. We have some simple pockets here where I put my minis. I have some bigger minis that I keep here. All right, that's gonna do it for the video. I hope you guys enjoy. Now that is a lot of information. I hope you could gather some of it. If you have any recommendations or anything that you would want me to try or think I should maybe change, or any brain thought, just put it in the comments. I'm definitely looking to really just make this a whole learning experience for all of us. I'm really confident with everything here. I want to stick to pretty much all the molds here. I think one of the slots I'm missing is like a really flippy fairway, but I never really go to that, so I just kind of keep it to the sections where I'm really confident in, which like the T-Bird 3 that can really do it all, and the Cigarra with its stable-ish flight will give me a really good complement to each other, which is really nice. The mids pretty much have that locked down, the putters locked down, and there's some distance driver flaws in my bag that I want to figure out, but overall, this is such a fun video. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do, because we will be throwing all of these discs over the next few weeks, so you're going to want to stay tuned. We're going to be testing a lot of these out specifically. I think I'll make like a series where I go out and test every section of the bag that we just did here and see if everything is perfect, everything where I want it to be. I'm sure this is where I want my bag to be. See you in the next one.